this every week, but when we do, all eyes are focused. A top 10 matchup, playoff expectations becoming a storyline, and the stakes are soaring in this one. Welcome to the Rose Bowl, home to the UCLA Bruins. As we see a squad from the Big 12, a team ready to put on a show. Taking on last year's national champion, the UCLA Bruins. For EA Sports, I'm Reese Davis, Jesse Palmer, and David Pollack with me. Guys, can't wait to get this started. Patiently and sometimes impatiently, and the moment is finally here. Time to kick off a new season. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. On the ground, it's Thomas. Brings into the open. Good, solid run on that one as he gets it up to the 33-yard line. Guys, let's take a minute here and think about UCLA. They're coming off a national championship win last year, but you got to think this group of seniors isn't satisfied with stopping there.
No, they have tremendous leadership, and this coaching staff, too. That was the one priority in the offseason, fighting complacency, staying hungry to try and chase another title, David.
And it's hard to do, but you got new pieces and new places and new faces, which is awesome. So it's a lot of guys that haven't won that championship that want to fight for it, that are hungry, and now you mix them with some guys that have also won. It's a good recipe.
Here comes the offense on 1st and 10 from the 47. Wide receiver comes in motion. On the option. And he'll lose yardage on this play. Loses 2 yards. Great job by the defense. The Bruins trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Looking to throw. It's Iamaleava. Swings it out to his running back. He gets it up to midfield. Forced out of bounds at the 50. Guys, let's talk a little UCLA. They've done a really good job in high school recruiting. Just last week, a commitment from a big-time 4-star defensive back. David, what does a commitment like that do for the program?
I mean, so exciting. Like, once you start creating momentum in recruiting, it's really fun to watch it. And getting a guy like that in the back end, in the secondary, that's so important to your defense, man, does it get you excited. And other guys now say, hey, I might want to go play with that cat.
This offense wants to establish an aggressive identity. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Takes the grab past the marker. Flying down the right side. Touchdown, Bruins! And once he got away from the knee, they had no shot at catching it. They get set for the point after. We have the first score of the game. And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one.
And man, that play looked a little bit too easy. 4th down, big situation. You got to get up on these receivers and make it difficult. He gets the football right away, gets all the way to the end zone for the touchdown.
He'll bring it out. It's Edwards. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. They'll give it to the back. Finding open areas. There he goes. Past the 50. The 30. He's at the 20. And he's in for the score. Touchdown. There's a reason they call this dude a big playmaker. Moments just like that one.
Big time playmaker. Can make plays all over the field from all different spots. That's why you got to find ways to give him touches as much as possible because he'll make it happen.
Looking for the tie with the extra point. And they did tack on the extra point. That one's going to get a little star marked beside it on the play sheet. One play, explosive, touchdown just like that. Fielded in the end zone, it's Marshall. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he'd just taken the touchback. UCLA will go back to work on offense. That last touchdown drive was surgical through the air, Jesse.
It sure was, and that's why this offense is so dangerous, David, because they can...
Open field on the right. And it looked as if he might take that one all the way to the house. Just ran out of a little steam, and the defense finally got it.
The defense just got out-muscled at the point of attack there. And the back showed good vision, made a cut into the hole, first down.
Makes the catch. It's Ross. Here's why this one's so much fun, guys. Early in the season, sort of a proving ground type of game for a couple of squads that believe they can win it all.
And we've heard so much in this offseason, right, about both of these teams and top 10 teams preseason. Now you get a chance to prove it. Like, now you get a chance to see who are the dudes on the squad. These are always fun early in the season, Jesse.
He's got it. They get him stopped at the 5-yard line, but it will be first and goal from there. They'll try to get it in with the run. They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches. Now it's second and goal. He'll keep it himself. Makes a stop in the backfield. He'll lose 4. And the Bruins in the hurry-up. They'll try to pass it in on third and goal. And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9.
And the offense, man, he couldn't find anybody open. Like, somebody's got to create some separation, or what do? How about I throw a jump ball to one of my big receivers out wide that can go up and dunk on somebody's head and catch the football? Maybe find my big playmakers and try to force them the ball down here in the red zone.
They were able to get a field goal on the board, and now they'll kick it away. He'll bring it out. It's Edwards. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. First snap of this drive will come from inside the 15 at their own 14-yard line. They'll go to the toss. This time he doesn't get loose, and finally the defense gets him bottled up behind the line.
Well, after ripping off a big-time run on his opening carry, a negative play this time around, and this is going to be key. They're going to keep giving him the ball, and they need him to have more positive plays than negative ones if they're going to win.
Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes second and 13. Looking downfield, it's Underwood. Pulls it in, it's Odom. Didn't pick up a lot there, moving it forward just a few.
Nice completion, nice short gain. Now it sets up third down. And wait a minute, third down now becomes, we're going to go for it on fourth down anyway, so it really doesn't matter that much. Great job getting a little chunk. Now we get to go have some fun.
Listen to this crowd just shaking the girders of this place, trying to help their defense. Got a man. It's Odom. And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short.
Right there, I think you need a better play call. You got to help your quarterback out a little bit because the throw has got to at least make it to the sticks. On that last play, you're basically trusting the guy to make a few dudes miss in order to go pick up that first down. I think you need to start being a bit more aggressive here when these third downs present themselves.
Brown has it. They get him on the ground, and with that, we'll head to the second quarter. That's the end of the quarter, and UCLA has the lead. Guys, let's have a look at the stats as we've played one period. So second down here as we're back at it after the break. Handoff to the lone back. Sweet cut there. Pretty good job of running to get two there to the 32.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
To throw, it's Underwood. Looking for a huge play. He's got it inside the 25. Lean for the wire, touchdown.
Man, oh man, when you got a weapon like that, you got to find him and you got to give him the ball in space. You have some plays on your play sheet and some of them just say, that guy, get him the ball, let him do the rest. Dangerous weapon out of the backfield, catching the football, making the big play.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Marshall. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. The UCLA offense is back on the field, ready to go to work. Always good to get points on a drive, David, but chip shot field goals can leave you a little empty.
And I think it's great to get points, but the great teams get touchdowns in the red area. You got to get out there this time and execute a little better on this drive.
You're absolutely right, David. Generally, the best red zone offenses are the ones that run the ball the best. So let's see if they can be a little bit more physical on this drive.
Might be changing the route. Back to pass on second down. Extending the play. And he's left with no option but to throw it away. Guys, let's take a minute here and think about UCLA. What an offseason in the recruiting department, reeling in a top 10 class, and you got to think that's going to help.
Man, yeah, it's just nice when you get some recruiting and some excitement, right? Get a top 10 class. You know the talent is really, really good. The young talent pushes the older talent, Jesse, and it just makes the squad obviously so much better.
And with that top 10 class, David, they really feel like they were able to reload the roster, and they think they've got some impact freshmen in this class as well. Can't wait to see what they do today.
Looking to throw on first down. Looking deep. He's got it on the back. Hits the crease. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, UCLA.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge. And also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. Coming out with it, it's Edwards. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he'd just taken the touchback. So we'll see the offense on the field to start this drive. The give to the tailback. Picks up the first down. Gashes him in the middle. And he barrels into the end zone for a touchdown.
Love the play call offensively. They knew the defense were crowding a lot of bodies close to the line of scrimmage, and once they were able to get to the second level, all they had to do was make one guy miss and get one good angle. And with the speed that ball carrier has, man, that thing was a sure shot touchdown.
He'll bring it out. It's Marshall. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. UCLA will go back to work on offense. The way this game started, you feel as if you have to score a touchdown every time you have it, and now we'll see if they can respond.
Yeah, and I wonder how much pressure that puts on the offense. Jesse, like, you know this is back and forth, and I got to score, and every possession matters so much. What does that do to you as a quarterback?
Well, it puts a lot more pressure on you for sure to feel like I got to make every third down throw. If guys are open vertically down the field, I got to hit them too. We can't let our serve get broken.
Gives it on the option. They'll mark him down at the 40 after ripping off 10. The Bruins racing to the line in a hurry-up. The Bruin uniforms look pretty, but don't let it fool you. They'll stick their face in the fan and run it tough like a Freeman McNeil used to.
Okay, a good pull. Freeman McNeil, I don't remember him, but I do remember a guy like Maurice Jones-Drew, who's a little bowling ball and just ran physical, and just finding those guys that you can feature in your offense.
And the Bruins can really attack on this second and short. He wants to change this route. Wants to throw. It's Iamaleava. Going to throw it over the top of the knee. Makes a grab down the middle. Going overboard.
Well, the quarterback does a great job with his decision-making. He found the matchup he wanted one-on-one. His tight end's able to stretch the field. He makes the catch, and he does the rest of the work himself, running it into the end zone.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Gentlemen, want to jump in and let you know what's going on in this top 25 showdown. Maryland is in trouble right now, and unless something changes, this is the type of day that can crush morale.
And good work by the coverage team to knock down the return man. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. The give to the back. Into a mass of giant bodies. We'll call it a 1-yard gain to the 24.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. The clock has reached the 2-minute mark, and they have a chance to at least cut into this lead before the break. They're dealing with a second and long. Leaves it with the running back. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down.
And, you know, when we talk about great third down defenses, it really starts with them getting stops on first and second down. You've got to get those stops early in the drives to set up third and long, so that's a missed opportunity on that second down by this defense.
Here they come, trying to convert a third and short from the 28. Looking for a man. It's Underwood. Quarterback extends the play. That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on third down.
Yeah, I like the aggressiveness on third and short, trying to throw the football, take advantage of the look that they got. They weren't successful, and now it's fourth and short territory. Who knows what they're going to do?
So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Here comes the heat. Makes the catch. And he's brought down after a nice gain. After picking up the 1st down, they still have to move quickly here. Wants to throw on 1st down. Quarterback now on the run, still looking. Finds space on the right. Oh, and the defense in chase mode, and they finally get him down at the 35.
Nice job by the receiver on the back end there, too. He sees his quarterback on the run moving, and he just works to get himself open to give his guy a place to throw the football. They're able to connect, and they keep the drive going.
Ball is at the 35. It's 1st and 10. On the run, it's Edwards. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Clock's running, and they'll try to get to the line warp speed for 2nd down. Turning it on. Got enough for the 1st down. No one's going to get him. Touchdown.
Really nice physical running that time. Nice push up front by the offensive line. Getting it in for the touchdown. They now take a 1-possession lead here with just a little bit of time left in the 1st half.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it out. It's Marshall. Gets it out to the 20, about 5 yards short of where he'd be if he had just taken a knee in the end zone. Here we go. They'll try to get something on the board here in the final minute of the 1st half. Wants to adjust the pattern. To the air. It's Iamaleava. Hit hard just as he released it on 1st down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
Well, on offense, no doubt, right? You've had success. You're throwing some tutties. Why not keep throwing it? They're going to keep being aggressive. You're going to have to do a better job, though, keeping this quarterback standing up.
So now it's 2nd and long. Couldn't connect on 1st down. Now back to the air. This time he's got his man. Out across the 30 and out of bounds at the 33. And that's what you're looking for when you're backed up in your own territory. To the air on 1st down. He uncorks one deep. Pass is incomplete, and by this stage of his career, you'd think a junior quarterback might take a little better care of the football. What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. Bringing the heat. Here comes the rush, and they've got him wrapped up at the 28. We've got a timeout here late in the 1st half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. Got a man. It's Flores. They make the tackle at the 36. Let's see if they bring out the punt team. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. Perhaps emboldened by converting a 4th down earlier in the game, they'll try a 2nd time. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Sends it downfield. Can't hook up on the long throw, and 4th down goes by the boards for this offense.
Aggressive. You want to be aggressive. You want to take chances, and you tell your team about it all week, and you come out and you get an opportunity in the 1st half to go for it on 4th down. You shot your shot. The problem is now you put your defense in a bad situation early in this game where you're going to have to try to find a way to get a stop and create some momentum.
So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the 1st half. Back to throw, it's Underwood. He'll take a shot. And it's caught for the touchdown.
And And that's just a fantastic job of executing the 2-minute type situation by this offense. Something you practice all week long for end of half and end of game. Quarterback, really nice job. Good job by the staff, too, getting the plays in quickly so they could get up to the line of scrimmage and get going. And them scoring that touchdown with seconds to go here in the first half, piling onto their lead, that gives them tremendous confidence heading into halftime.
He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. They go to the ground. Powers through the defender. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. He'll put total leather and get this second half started. Fielded in the end zone, it's Edwards. He stopped there, but a good return coming out of his own end zone gets it to the 28. This crowd still bringing the intensity to open the second half. He'll start this third quarter with a run. He stopped after getting a yard out to the 30.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. They'll leave it with him. Oh, he's got some space. They'll mark him down at the 40 after ripping off 10.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical and they're trying to stay on the field.
Looking for space, it's Edwards.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. They've softened them up with the run. Now to throw it. Heavy pressure lets it fly. Missed his receiver there. It's incomplete.
Nice job by the quarterback trying to buy time and scrambling to the right, but it was the hit that forced that incompletion.
Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on third down. Back to pass. It's Underwood. Punch it out of the air. He goes out of bounds right at midfield.
All right, they get the completion. Don't get the first down. So we've got a massive decision now, 4th and inches. Personally, I like QB sneak. I think that picks it up right here. No matter where you are in the field, you can keep this drive going.
Boy, if they don't convert this 4th down, there will be questions to be answered. He'll sneak it. Got enough for the first down and wants more. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
Man, when I was at Florida, Steve Spurrier would wait for this opportunity in a game, 4th and inches, and he'd signal in red Snoopy. Quarterback sneak. It works every time.
They've got it 1st and 10 at the 50. They think they can create space here with the run to the right. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
Defense is about seeing it and pulling the trigger, and you could tell they pull the trigger so fast, get to the back, get them on the ground quickly.
Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Wants to go up top. Quickly to the tight end. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
Coming into this one, I thought this guy was going to be a monster. He was going to put up huge numbers. We know this is a big part of the offense week in, week out. The defense has done a great job clamping down on him. That is only his 2nd catch so far in this game.
Let's see if the defense comes after them. 3rd and short from the 45. Quarterback keeper. Tough, hard-nosed running. He got 3, but he needed 4. It's 4th down and 1.
Well, they try to go quarterback design run on that play, but the defense just not buying it. Nice job, everybody playing downhill and making a tackle close to the line of scrimmage.
Kind of in that in-between spot here. Long field goal. Can't really punt it from here, so they'll try to convert on 4th down. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
Timeout by the offense.
It is loud in here as they try to help him get a stop on 4th down. Big tight end makes the grab. It's a 1st down. Down to the 32 and out of bounds right there. That took nerves of steel to convert that 4th down on the road.
Oh, man, the crowd going nuts. A big-time opportunity in the 3rd quarter to create some momentum. Help them go crazy. Help them go nuts. But the offense does their job, quiets the crowd, gets the big 4th down conversion.
Well, he did everything he could to try to avoid all those defenders, but at the end, it's still a negative play. Tackle for loss.
One defender, then the next one. The blitzing guy got a shot at him. Everybody had a shot. It took a while to get him down.
Yeah, great effort by that defense, not quitting on the play.
Back to throw, it's Underwood. Stands in and takes the hit. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
Quarterbacks need time when they're in the pocket to complete throws. That QB had no shot after taking that hit.
Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Unloads to the wideout. Intercepted deep in his own end. Got some room to run.
Hey, listen, it's not just the offense that makes adjustments at halftime. The defense does too, and that time maybe showing a little bit of a different look than what they did in the first half. Looked like they confused the quarterback. They're able to come away with a pick.
They'll start this drive from the 42. Going right to work up top. Finds his tight end. He makes the stop at the 48. That'll be enough for a 1st down and a pickup of 10. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49. When you're dealing with a deficit like this, it's all about somebody stepping up to make a play, and you might as well start here in the 4th quarter. So the final period starts with a second down play. Looking to fire. Trying to make magic with his feet. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the hit. A nifty pickup there. The Bruins want to crank the tempo. Back to pass. It's Iamaleava. Receiver wasn't ready for the throw. Incomplete. Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. Fourth down attempt coming. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. He's got it. First down and more. They'll ride him out of bounds after the good pickup spotted at the 25-yard line.
Wow, and that was just a bang-bang play. On that fourth down, the coverage was tight. QB had his receiver. He knew where he wanted to go with it, but the only way that ball gets completed is if he puts a little extra mustard on it, and he shows you the arm talent on the throw.
And the Bruins are threatening on first and goal. Wants to keep it in the air. Unleashes to the end zone. Touchdown, Bruins! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. If this dude were a kitchen knife, he would be slicing tomatoes so thin your in-laws would never come back to your house.
Well, that'd be a good thing. I don't know if I want my in-laws to come back anyways, but he's been on fire. He's been absolutely torching this defense. They've had absolutely no answers for him.
They'll send the back in motion. He wants to throw it. Got it behind the line. It's Sutton. The short pass will come up just a tad short of the goal line. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. He'll bring it out. It's Edwards. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Got the big fellas out there, a 3 tight end look on first and 10. They'll try the run. Strong run to get it out to the 21-yard line. They pick up of 6.
And every coach in America has a plan for this situation. The first 4 minutes of the game, the last 4 minutes of the game. How I'm going to construct my offense. Most of the time, I got to be physical. Run the football like right here. Run that clock. Get a few first downs, and I can end this football game on offense.
Got 6 on first down. Now a lot of options on second and 4. Give to Brown. Snuffed out behind the line of scrimmage, and we have not seen much of that. What a day he's had so far.
Well, with the defense trailing, they're trying to dictate to the offense now. Really nice blitz call that time, blowing the run play up for a huge loss. You're probably going to see that again. They're trying to find a way to create a takeaway, create negative plays, and get the ball back.
Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on third down. Scanning the field, it's Underwood. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. Fourth down coming up.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. And the critical down and distances in this game, like that third down right there, when it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You got to be able to make that play.
On fourth down, going to the air. Oh, he's going to try to hit him over the top. Well, they just drained all of the suspense out of the fourth down conversion, moving the chains easily.
And how about this offense, man? They put the ball in the hands of the guy they trust the most. Fourth down, needed conversion. You're wanting to salt this clock away. You want this game to end with you guys possessing the football. Big fourth down conversion.
Maybe this will breathe a little life into this offense, which has been flatlined in the second half. Here's first and 10. Smart move to keep it on the ground. Picks up the first down, still moving. They've got the defense reeling right now with that big play to the 29.
And I think this will go a long way in determining the outcome of this football game. They're able to run the football with the lead late in this game. That's a good sign for this offense.
Inside the 30 at the 29, it's a first down. DB's locked up tight on the receivers. They'll give him one to the 28-yard line. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. And it's taken away by the defense, and they desperately needed that turnover. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football.
Let's go. Talk about leaving the door open. Yes, please. You think they might run the clock out, run the football consistently? No, sir. They put it in the air. We forced the interception. Great job by the defense. When they needed it the most, they came through.
Well, the defense is on their heels right now. They're going to have to find a way to stop this guy. When he's got a head of steam, boy, he is hard to bring down.
They've got it at the 36. It's a 1st and 10. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup.
You ain't getting by all these guys right up the middle unless your offensive line and your tight ends and everybody is putting in the work up front, committing to blocking. The running back does a great job finding the hole, exploding through. How about that nice, big, huge gain? If I'm the OC, let's call that one again.
Caught in the backfield, it's Marshall. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
Brings up 2nd down.
To the air, it's Iamaleava. Throws to the wideout. Got his man on the right. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
And they've trusted him to throw the football all game. And I expect nothing to change whatsoever. They're going to put it on his back, or his arm, I guess you could say, and let him throw this team to victory. It's a close game, tight game.
It's a big stride inside the 10.
This is a shootout. Both offenses up and down the field. They're generating explosive plays. It feels like which team has the ball last may win, but give the quarterback a lot of credit that time because, again, he saw a beautiful look to take a shot into, and he throws an absolute dime.
And if they want to take the lead, can't be thinking field goal here. They'll need a touchdown to go up in the 4th. A first down run in the red zone. Touchdown, UCLA! They've got the lead here in the 4th.
This is an offense that has so much confidence. They believe they're able to win the game when it matters the most. They've got the playmakers to do it. You saw it on that last touchdown. Now taking the lead with less than 2 minutes to go.
Pocket breaking down. Trying to get it away, and he cannot. The quarterback is sacked, and so is the 2-point conversion attempt. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Fielded in the end zone. It's Edwards. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Good news, I guess. A lot of room to work with as they start this drive from their own 15. Looking for a man. It's Underwood. Moves around to clear up the vision. Snatches it on the right. And the big gain. They've got it on the 46.
And that is such an accurate throw. It's one thing to do it from the pocket when you have your feet set underneath you. But when you can get outside, off schedule, on the move, and throw a dart like that, that is just big time, and the offense gets a huge explosive play.
Quarterback gets the first down. What a way to pick up the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock when you need to get into scoring position.
It's money time, and my quarterback's got to come through, and boy, does he ever. It wasn't with his arm this time, but with his legs. You don't account for his legs? Look at this. Scramble around, get outside the pocket, make something happen, and make the heads-up play to stop the clock by stepping out of bounds.
Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. Quick timeout by the defense here, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Running back searching for a hole. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. 3rd down. Red zone play. Crowd alive. They'll go right back to the run. He will not get there. A stop on 3rd down leaves him with a 4th down from the 18-yard line. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. So this is going to be rife with drama and overflowing with pressure on this field goal try. There is no doubt, at this point in the game, this crowd knows how big this kick could be.
You got to give this guy so much credit, man. It is so hard in practice to simulate the pressure that he just faced. Late in the game, seconds left on the clock, you have an opportunity to kick a field goal to put your team up late in the game. And he absolutely drilled it. What a moment for that young man.
The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Looking downfield, it's Iamaleava. Rushes on him. And the pressure will get there. The sack. Down he goes in the waiting moments. That could be a costly play. Remember, all they have to do is get it close enough for a field goal here. Under fire. Here's a throw downfield late. And it's incomplete after taking a shot on 2nd down. They're staring at 3rd. They've got to move quickly here. Still a chance, but they've got to force the ball down the field. On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. He's taking the deep shot. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
Well, you know the defense felt freaked out on that one. You're in the 4th quarter, and you're lined up against one of the fastest players in all of college football, and they're taking a shot up top. You just hold on tight and hope for the best, and that time they were able to force an incompletion.
That will be the final play as they make the stop, and the clock has expired here. Not all close games are created equal, but this one, man, what a ride. A matchup between a couple of ranked teams, and certainly it was a memorable one.
No doubt about it. I think there were a lot of eyeballs watching this game, not just fans of these two teams, but people maybe outside of conference affiliation looking in because this is a ranked matchup. So when you get this win, this is huge in the eyes of the committee with respect to the college football playoff. This win just means more.
I was thinking the exact same thing. Like, for the college football playoff picture, how big is it to get a big win, a ranked win, who now you're probably going to be matched up head-to-head with who's better, who's going to make the playoff. Big feather in the cap.